Welcome back to the View from the End Zone. It's hard to believe we're in week 9, but again, welcome back to our show on YSN Live. Tonight we have a special guest for us, the West Branch Warriors head football coach, Tim Cooper, just coming off of a big win over Alliance. I know it's a very competitive game with West Branch. Last week they beat Alliance 34-28. Right now, West Branch is 7-1, heading to week 9 against Carrollton, and they are currently number 2 in Division 4, Region 13. Coach Cooper, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm looking forward to talking some ball tonight.
Absolutely. Coach, I've watched a lot of football so far this season. I've been blessed with a lot of different tapes to watch. And I got to tell you, watching your game was super exciting. There were so many highlight clips that were in the first 5 minutes of the game. I wasn't sure I was going to be able to narrow it down.
Yeah, we've got some really talented kids, and they showed it on Friday night. And Alliance obviously has some great kids too. So it was a heck of a battle.
Absolutely. Coach, one of the things for me, I always enjoy going to West Branch. I love that scenery out there, playing a football game. It's what seemed like in the middle of a cornfield. You know, if you look out, you can see all the farm fields out there. What a great environment to play football.
Yeah, our community comes and supports us every week. We're really grateful for all their support, and we've got a great place to play. Obviously, getting the field turf it makes it even better. I think it really created a better environment for us. We got some new seating as well. We got some one of those fold-up chairs and stuff. We got a good bit of those in our home crowd. So we got a new scoreboard a couple years ago. So we're continuing to make some upgrades, and then it's just a great place. You see the farmlands. We've got a barn now with cows in it at the school. So it's a unique place to play, and we've been really fortunate this year to be successful while playing there too.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, and West Branch has always been known as having some very tough, we call them farm kids, and because they had such strength that they could get things done that you could do outside the weight room. But Coach, we're going to get into it and watch your film here, and you're definitely going to see a definite strength and speed blend that you've got going on at West Branch.
Yeah.
If you don't, go ahead, Coach.
No, you're good. I was just going to add to, we've got a great group of seniors that we're really leaning on, and they are farm kids through and through. That's for sure.
Excellent. All right, we're going to get into some film. We got some about 13 plays to watch today. And right off the bat, huge pass play to start the game. This might have been the first play from offense, maybe second.
Yep, second play. We're running a little mesh concept, and they do a good job of taking a couple of our reads away early, and then we just work some scramble drill. It comes down to athletes. And we've got a couple guys, we practice that a couple times a week or so. But Grady Hurst makes a great throw. And then just getting into the vision with Grady Close makes a big play. I think it was a 66-yard gain. So anytime you can create explosives like that, we're really happy.
Yeah, he was able to get outside the pocket. I know we talked earlier about him in the preseason. He definitely used his legs, got out there, and then just launched it. That was a great pass. And then he follows it up with a couple plays later with this great snag in the corner of the end zone.
We get a little stack formation, push them to, a little push motion to put four to a side. And then once again, Grady Hurst is doing some great things with his legs. And we got another young guy right there making a great catch, keeping his feet in bounds. That's Drake Streefler. He's a sophomore. So we're excited about these guys. But, a lot of those two plays aren't necessarily scheme. That's just guys being guys. So happy for them, that's for sure.
Definitely guys elevating their play. I was wishing I could have zeroed in on that catch because that was a highlight catch. I don't know how he got his feet in bounds and caught that ball.
Yeah, he's a stud, man. He just keeps getting better. We're putting him in a bunch of different positions offensively. He's actually our backup quarterback. He's one of our leading rushers. He's going to be a heck of a player for us in the future.
So now we're going to go to defense, Coach. I know we talked a little bit about this guy in the preseason. Your big defensive end here.
Greg's, man, he had a great start to the game. Fighting through a big Alliance offensive line. We felt like Alliance, they were actually mainly a 12P team coming into the game. We knew that they wanted to run the football and they had explosive athletes. So it was a real big point of emphasis that, we wanted to be gap sound and we wanted to be physical on that side of the ball. And Greg's does that right there.
Yeah, I loved how he got extension, got off the block, tackle for a loss. That was just a beautiful play if you love defensive line play.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're going to stick on the defensive side. This next play was pretty amazing too. We got a tip by, I think, the outside linebacker and then interception. And I think this interception was a one-handed interception.
I think you're right. Wow. See, watching it back is even crazier because, like, I saw it
Yeah.
live. You know, um, Lucas Black does a really good job with the initial coverage, our outside backer there, making it physical. And then Streef, man, again, that's the same kid that just got that touchdown, a sophomore in the game. Um, with great ball skills, man. That's just, once again, a lot of that's just guys being guys, not necessarily us coaching them up there, but we're glad to have that guy on our team. And there's a big momentum change right there, too.
Yeah, and they say you make your own luck. And that it was a lucky that he got that, but that guy's physical play and tipping the pass, him being in the right spot, putting all that effort in. I noticed as I was watching your defense, and you get to see them every day, but they fly to the football and they go for the ball.
Yeah. I mean, those are non-negotiables for us. I think that relentless pursuit of the football, you're going to get that from West Branch kids, regardless of who we're playing. We're going to see all 11 guys get to the football. That's what we want. And then, playmakers making plays, man. That we knew it was a big game, and those guys stepped up. I think we had a couple turnovers against, good quarterback, and we can't give those guys any space, and we did a great job with that play specifically.
Yeah, when you talk about Alliance, I mean, Alliance is currently a two-loss team. They lost to you guys and they lost to Louisville. Both teams that are doing well this year. So yeah, playing Alliance, I got to see them a couple times, and honestly, as I watched them through the season, they got better every game. So you placed a difficult foe last week.
Oh, 100%. Coach Goodman does a great job with those guys. We have a lot of respect for their program. His kids played really hard. They fought until the end. We were a little bit sloppy here and there, but I got to give credit where credit is due. They made it hard on us on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, this next play is an amazing move by your quarterback on the goal line. He's going one way. He pivots back, finds the hole, and gets in the end zone.
Yeah, this is JT doing JT things. Once again, we're running a little bit of outside zone there, trying to get some numbers and whatnot. But JT's gonna just find the hole. He's just a tremendous athlete. He's very hard to tackle in space. He's extremely fast, quick, and you could see that throughout the game. We kind of use him in a lot of different ways, and we're gonna put the ball in our seniors' hands when it matters the most. And he did a great job right there.
Absolutely. So we're going to go back to defense again. This next play is what I was talking about, just being amazed by how your defense flies the ball. You're going to see 8 guys get to the stay pass on the sidelines, and you'll notice how they're just on the other side of the field, and Alliance is still watching your guys chase them.
Yeah, I mean, good things happen when you get to the football on both sides of the ball. And our kids really believe in that. And we were able to see some in our league. We actually have to exchange every single film with the opposing team. So we were lucky enough to see Alliance and what they were able to do over the course of the year. And there was so many times, people weren't flying to the football, and Alliance was breaking off big plays, touchdowns after touchdowns after touchdowns. So we knew that our pursuit of the football was going to be really important, stopping a high-powered offense like that.
Yeah, Rob, if we could watch that play one more time, just because I'm a defensive guy, I just love when 8 guys are getting to the football.
And it's a senior laden defense too. If you look right there, I think we got 9 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore out there right now. So those guys are playing for each other. They're playing for their community. They know what it takes. They've been in big games, so it means a lot to those guys for sure.
That's fantastic. So we're going to stick with defense again, Coach. Even though you scored a lot of points offensively, here's a one-handed interception by your linebacker. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it was one-handed, but he tipped it to himself and then caught it.
So, yep, we rolled a safety down into the box. That's actually Grady Hurst, our quarterback, making that play. So he's playing both ways for us a little bit here and there. It looks like we get a nice tip, and then just athletes being athletes, especially third and short. They're on the plus territory. To turn them over there was a big situation for us, getting a stop. Momentum. High school football is all about momentum, in our opinion. So anytime you can turn those guys over, it's good for us.
And you're absolutely right. Anytime you can get the ball back from Alliance, because Alliance doesn't stop swinging, they play all 4 quarters.
Yeah. I mean, and they're so explosive on both sides of the football. They create turnovers and they create big plays. So we knew that they could score in a hurry. So it was important to get, obviously as many possessions as possible for our offense and to keep them off the field.
All right, Coach. Now your big tight end. I think you had him spread out wide here. I love how he comes in on either the safety or linebacker, kind of knocks him off, and goes.
Yeah, he's a physical route runner, and he's getting smarter by the day. He's a 3-year starter for us offensively and defensively. He does a great job here finding a little bit of the zone window after a good reroute by their number 4. He finds a nice little hole in the zone, and then getting north. He is a handle. He's a load to tackle. That's for sure. He's very 6'7", 240 pounds. He runs like a deer. He's tough to tackle. So anytime he can get the football and get north, we're excited, and he could take it to the house at any point. So big play there, moving the sticks and getting him a touch is really important for our offense.
Yeah, he can carry the ball and he can get himself open. Got nice hands. Did a great job there. Now we're going to go to special teams, which all great teams have great special teams. And here's a 70-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Yeah, this is JT, man. He's getting loose. It's towards the end of the first half. I think it's 27-14 at this point. And man, he turns that guy to stone right there
Yes, he
at
does.
the end. He's a tremendous athlete, and getting him touches, that's what we kind of talked about at the beginning of the year. We want him to touch the ball in so many different ways, and getting him in space, getting him a running start like that, it makes him really difficult to bring down. He's had three, I think that's his third career punt return. He didn't do it last year because he was our quarterback, but anytime he can touch the ball, he can take it to the house. He's special, man.
Yeah, and he's not playing against guys that are slow. Those guys
No.
were able to chase him down. He found a way to excel through there.
Yeah, Alliance has great team speed, and he does some things that you can't coach.
That was fantastic. All right, so now we're going to go back to defense. You guys snuck in a corner blitz here, which a lot of times I was afraid to call.
Yeah, great play by JT. Sometimes you got to be aggressive defensively. Put the play in the senior's hands, and he makes a great stop there. Get a nice little TFL. Put him in 3rd and long.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. I had to rewind that back. I'm like, I think the corner just blitzed there. All right, then we're going to stick with. Actually, we're going to ride it out with defense. And this is your defensive tackle making a tackle for a loss coming up here.
4th quarter. Looks like Zach Coffey's in there. Zach's one of our best players on both sides of the football. He's made a transition to the offensive line here. He's playing like a DN, defensive tackle type role for us. Gets through a block and makes a great play. He is a very, very good football player. He's physical. He's fast. He's very intelligent. And he plays with a high motor, man. I don't know what we would do without him on that side of the ball or even offensively. He's a great, great, great player. Going to definitely enjoy the rest of the time we have him for sure.
Oh, those are the ones to enjoy. And then this last play was super impressive to me. It looks like you're most likely in man coverage here. He follows the slot across for the swing pass and then makes the tackle.
Yeah, just a relentless pursuit of the football again. That's our quarterback. That's Grady Hurst right there. Being able to play on both sides of the ball. Earlier in the game, had a couple mistakes defensively that cost us some big plays and some different points, and we knew he was going to make up for it right there. He does a great job with another TFL, putting him in now a 4th and long situation. he has all the potential in the world on both sides of the football. So it's nice to see him execute that and answer the call when he needed to do it.
Yeah, I mean, the offensive design there is to put him out of the play by going in motion, and he ends up making a tackle for a loss, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, special player.
Absolutely, Coach. You got some great kids doing some great things, and I know, just talking with you at the beginning of the season about how much work you and your staff put in and how the efforts that you put into keeping your kids motivated, excited to play, those things are all part of that too. I know you talk about your players are making plays, but you're keeping them in a situation where they want to do that.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to always give credit to our guys just because they're special, and I really enjoy the time and the effort that they put into the game. So appreciative and excited to continue to get better.
Absolutely, Coach. So you're going to head into Carrollton, and I think you finished with Salem.
Yes, sir.
And Salem will be a rivalry game for you too.
Yes, sir. I think it'll be. I mean, if we can win this next week, I'm obviously not going to look ahead. I have a lot of respect for Coach Hill down at Carrollton and what they've been able to do with their team. But if we were able to win next week, I think, depending on what happens with Salem Marlington, it'll be for the outright EBC title Week 10, which will be a great environment. Senior night at Salem. It'll be a great crowd and a great rivalry, one of the top in the state.
That's fantastic, Coach. It's like again, you're doing great things. You see tackles for losses. You see big plays on offense. You see special teams doing well. Your film was a pleasure to watch, Coach. It's exciting to see where you've got West Branch at, and I wish you the best of luck as the season progresses. And I know you're going to be in the postseason. That's already a definite. It's just where you're going to be in the postseason. And I hope you have a great run.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, Coach. I know you got a lot to do. It's a normal work week for you, and it's late at night right now. We'll let you get going. But again, thank you for being a guest tonight, and thank you for being here to watch us on The View from the End Zone on YSN Live.
YSN thanks you for watching this presentation of your sports network. For stories, stats, and more, go to ysnlive.com.